I'm on bloody mute. Stinker and Oaks already, and I've only been live for 2 minutes. Bless up, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. We're back. Oh my god, it's come on with a boxing preview thing. Oh my god, bro. Liverpool talk. This is chat. I do apologize. Oh my god, I do apologize, man. I do. I'm sorry. I do apologize. Bless up, everyone. Hope everyone can hear me. We're back with another video on the channel. Just recorded 2 boxing videos. Make sure you go and check them out on Combat Kings TV. Just spoke about Anthony Joshua fighting Jake Paul, and I've just done my preview for Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr. Make sure you subscribe to that channel because I'm going to start posting daily content out on there. Plus, we're going to the fight on the weekend, so we're going to be recording bits and bobs. Yeah, make sure you do all those good things. Yeah, man, we're going to go through a load of Liverpool stuff today. A load of Liverpool related news. So, yeah. Big up. Let's bless up the chat first, and then we'll get into the news. Big up to Donna. I hope you're well. Big up PL Champs. It'll be a disgrace to not buy in January. Yeah, it would. Bless up. Yeah, slap the likes. We need to buy in January. Yeah, we do, man. We definitely do. Especially someone just can't wait till the summer. Yeah, facts. Big up, my bro. Yeah, I had a stinker on Hook chat. Bless up to you, my guy. Need to get my ass on the boxing content. Yeah, I'm gonna message you later. About a video I want you to do. If you want for it. So yeah, man, we got content coming on both channels. So yeah, can't lie, I'm knackered. Literally, for some reason, my sleep schedule. By the way, your boxing is still the boxing background. Yeah, we'll rock it, mate. Listen, we're not. I can't be bothered to rock the flipping me jumping off a hill. You know, I'm in a good mood. You know, I'm going to the boxing on the weekend. I don't want to be speaking about, me jumping off a hill or a cliff. So yeah, Semenya will cook for us. He would. Semenya would cook for us. That's cool. I can't lie. I didn't even take that photo. I was gonna put one of my photos up, but for StreamYard, for some reason, only lets certain sized images upload, which is retarded. But yeah, chat, we've got a load of stories to go through. This is the Fabrizio Romano Liverpool catch up. He's spoken about contracts. He's spoken about Semenyo. Um, yeah, I wanted to obviously get my opinions and everything back on it. And also, I didn't stream yesterday. I do apologize. I was knackered, man. I don't know what it is. The past 2 days, I've just been so drained. I don't know why. And obviously, I'm going to London tomorrow, so I want to make sure I'm fully energized. So once I've done this stream, I'm going back to bed. Bosh. So yeah, we're gonna head to. We're only gonna be live for probably the next, I don't know, half an hour to an hour. Because I can't lie, I am knackered. Absolutely knackered. So yeah, let's get into it then. So this is what Fabrizio Romano had to say. It is very unlikely that Liverpool sign Antonio Semenyo in January. I expected this, and I told people this. I said I don't see Liverpool really spending big money in January, if I'm being truly honest. I think, if I'm being truly honest with you, I think there's more of a chance that we probably signed a midfielder or someone in January than opposed to Semenyo, who's probably going to cost us 100 million. I think the only way we sign Antonio Semenyo, if Liverpool's feelings and everything like that, that they truly want him, they'll go and get him in January. So let's say, for example, let's cut ourselves back to when we signed Luis Diaz. When we signed Luis Diaz in 2022 January, and obviously Tottenham was after him. Our plan was to originally get him in the summer, and obviously we waited, and obviously Spurs looked like they was about to get him. So we stepped up our interest. We're not Liverpool alike when it comes to a player they really like. They'll go and get him. You saw that with Hugo Ekitike, Manchester United, and who else? Newcastle wanted him. We stepped in and got him. So you've seen it in recent times as well under this managerial management regime, whatever you want to call it. So if Liverpool's true feelings on Semenyo is that they truly want him, they'll go and do the deal. But I think it's very unlikely, in my opinion. And I also think I'm kind of glad because there's other players I would want instead of Semenyo. I think there's better players for the price. I think, in my opinion, I value Semenyo at probably 60 million. But then you're adding in January tax 20 million. You're adding in 20 million of because of the fantastic season he's had so far. I think he's on 11 GA, something like that. So that's kind of no surprise that he's going to cost you so much in January. And in my opinion, I just don't think he's particularly worth 100 million quid. Like I said, I think there's better value for money out there. There's better wingers out there that I would rather Liverpool go and spend their money on. At least they would come to the bigger club. Hey, don't say that, man. There's Bayern fans in the chat. Do you get what I'm saying? See you at 7 p.m. What do you mean, see me at 7 p.m.? I have no idea what you're on about, my guy. No point in buying any more new players unless Slot is going to play them in the main position and not trying to convert them into something else that they have never played at the clubs. I hear you. I think Semenyo, though, is a versatile player, though. But, Semenyo can play all across. He can play all across. He can play ultimately all across the front three. You can play all across the front three. So him playing out of position wouldn't really be too much of a concern for me. The concern is the price tag. And I said this, I think Semenyo's had a very good start to the season. Look, he's on 6 goals and 3 assists in 11 games for Bournemouth, which is fantastic. And he's only played 1 game in the cup, which he didn't get anything in. I'm not really bothered about a winger coming in to score goals. I'm not worried about Liverpool scoring goals. Liverpool don't need goals. That's not the problem. We're missing that Luis Diaz replacement, someone who can take the ball up the pitch, has the work rate to drop deep, go backwards, use your work rate to your advantages, press as well. It's all those advantages, and I think we're missing that heavily, hence why I didn't want to sell Luis Diaz. I said in my chat I would only sell Luis Diaz for 75 million plus. Whether that depends on if we got a replacement. Now we didn't get a replacement. I would have kept him, and I said that on many other channels, and I said that on my channel when we saw the here we go and he left the club. In my opinion, though, I think we need someone that can replace Luis Diaz in that market. And do I think Semenyo can do that? I think he can do that to a good level. I think he's very good technically on the ball with the way he dribbles up the pitch and his tenacity in his ball carrying and the way he can actually create chances through his dribbling and his pace and power, which is something I like and need. However, do I want to pay 100 million quid for that? No. No, I don't. I think there's other wingers that potentially you can go and get. And again, Rodrigo, there's loads of players that Liverpool can. There's loads of players that Liverpool I think can get. Malik Fofana is another player I wouldn't be, too against. I won't be too against. I won't be too against him. So yeah, I do apologize, chat, about my voice. I'm just very sleep deprived. So yeah, if I'm thinking of my voice, it's because I'm very sleep deprived. So fix the mic, bro. What's up with the mic? Let me have a look. What do you mean? What do you mean about the mic, bro? What do you mean? Let me have a look. Let me see what you're on about, bro. But yeah, chat, slap up these likes, by the way. Let's try and get these likes firing if we can. I did just upload a video on the boxing channel about Jake Paul Joshua, so 1 second. Yeah, sorry about if the voice is a bit. If the voice does sound very fucked, it's because I'm literally knackered. Literally knackered. So yeah. Where did I get to in the chat? Would be happy for Semenyo. Me personally, my guy, I think there's better value for money than Semenyo. And yeah. Big up to Ravi, big up bro, slap the likes and subscribe. Yeah, big up to you, my guy. Big up to Josh. Good, my guy. Hope you're good, my dude. Yes, we need to drive with the ball. Player that does that. Yep, I agree. Big up to Wesley everyone, my guy. Here's an Arsenal fan who already spoke about wanting to join us. Who's Semenyo? Eric 10 slot. Why do you chat about the 3 leaders and the UCL table toppers? Because funny enough, again, this isn't an Arsenal show. I've got the Premier League show next week, so we'll speak on Arsenal then. It's all good. Big up. Enjoy the boxing, man. Predictions for that. In my prediction, so yeah, make sure you go and watch that later. That video drops at 7. I think it drops at 5 o'clock. I scheduled it for. I can't remember when I scheduled it for. I can't remember when I scheduled it for. It was like 5 or 7 o'clock or something like that. But no, look, chat on Semenyo, Liverpool needs to buy in January. Now, obviously, Fabrizio Romano hasn't, stated anything else about Liverpool Liverpool buying. We have got some Fabrizio Romano other tweets that we are going to go through about the contract situations. He has spoke about Ryan Gravenberch, Dominic Szoboszlai. Let's actually have a look to see if Fabrizio's done any sort of videos. Let's have a look. Fabrizio Romano. Let's have a look on YouTube. Yeah, so he spoke about the contract, which I'll bring up in a minute. We will bring that up in a minute. One second. Reaction touchdown scrap. I don't really know what you want me to say to that, mate. But no, Fabrizio did also say this yesterday night, that I think Liverpool is going to be very quiet in the January window. In the summer, it can be different. So he is basically saying that he thinks January will be a quiet window for Liverpool, but then at the same breath, he thinks the summer obviously will be the summer. It's hard to predict the summer transfer window in terms of what Liverpool will do. I think it's very clear what Liverpool need. You know, that we need a midfielder, that we need a centre back. Despite whether Canate stays or goes, I think we need a winger. I think Liverpool definitely need 3 players. And hopefully we get that. Hopefully. Hopefully we get that. Again, I don't know what you're on about, my brother. Man never chat about the spices, but I don't know about Rodrigo wants to leave and I see him joining City. I agree with you. I think if he is to leave, it'll be Man City or PSG. We will be there if you lose to Forest. Thanks, mate. I don't know, bro. You're literally the only guy that says this. Funny enough, I am like sleep deprived. So that's kind of... I'm not going to be, you know... I'm not going to be, fantastically buzzing with my voice, am I? Do you get what I'm saying? There is a fizzing sound from the mic. Please listen to the audience. It comes up. But you're the only one that ever said this. If that works now. Let me know if that's better now. And you know what? I'll even test it myself because I know you man chat crap. Well, I've just tested it, so there is a fizzing sound. Yeah, I've just read that out. You're still recovering from that cooking from Touchline, Wesley. That cooking. I'll be funny enough, mate. When I end my streams and stuff, when I end my streams, I don't think about anyone, mate. I just get on with my day. Oh, bruv, literally, you know the amount of people that say, "Oh my god, you got cooked by Touchline facts." Don't take this as a diss. When I end my stream, I don't think about anyone I did streams with. I just get on with my day. Like the other day, I literally went to Lidl to do a food shop. So, I literally went straight to do a food shop, and yeah, I didn't like sit backstage thinking, "Oh my god, I got cooked by Touchline. What am I gonna do now? Oh my god." Listen, my team's been crap all season. I've turned up to every single cooking there has been. Every time I've been invited by Touchline, Liam's the heavyweight show, other shows. I've yeah. No, I'm literally replying to your comment. There's a difference between it bothering me, because if it bothered me, I would naturally just bring it up without you stating. Hence why I've not brought it up since. I mean, touchline like calm, man. Like me and him knows it's bouncing it. Like I've spoke to the guy plenty of times backstage. Like it's all jokes. Do you get what I'm saying? Life lesson: when you say you're unbothered, it actually bothers you. That's that. It doesn't though, because if it bothered me, why didn't I mention it? Like, why didn't I mention it? Do you get what I'm saying? But no, it doesn't bother me. Like I knew he was gonna try and cook me because he's done it many times this season. No one is saying you can't. No one is saying you are bothered and can't eat or sleep. I have no idea what you're on about by that. Wesley's such a glazer. Yeah, big up to CJ in the chat, my brother. But yeah, bless up chat. We're on 15 likes. Let's try and get these hits to 20 if possible, man. Let's try and get these likes hit to 20 likes. It didn't bother you, wouldn't. Bro, I don't know, mate. I've just deleted the flipping tweet. For God's sakes. This guy, man. Big up to Wesley. He's a member of my channel. Thanks for the support, my guy. But yeah, I will be honest with you. Sometimes you can chat utter rubbish. My God, you can chat rubbish. Yeah, I can't remember where the tweet was now. Share screen. Bosh. There we go. Right, we've got the tweet back up. So yeah, I mean, look, it's looking like the Liverpool aren't really going to do anything in January. Again, is that really a surprise? No, I think Liverpool do business in January unless it's really necessary. So I think if Liverpool, let's say, for example, picked up another injury to the centre-back department, I think they will have no choice but to do that, because it will affect ultimately our campaign for the rest of the season in all competitions. So, do you get what I'm saying? But I guess we'll see in it. I guess we'll see if Liverpool do buy. Do I see it? Again, show us the stats for big chances created and who is leading. What are you waffling, brother? What are you waffling? You actually drink that water way too. One sec. No, bro. Why are you examining a 20-year-old drinking water? That's what I want to know. A bit sus in my opinion. I'll ban him. No, don't ban him, innit? Don't ban him. I'll only ever ban Wesley from the chat if he came at me well and truly personal. And I don't know, for example, if he was racist, I'll start calling my family. Other than that, he can say I'm zesty. I don't really care. Wesley, you love the tension, don't you? He does. He's jarring. No, he gets. He doesn't do it. He becomes jarring if you don't answer him. And so I just leave him because he gets wound up and it's funny. Yeah. Yeah, I get you. I get you, chat. I get you. But no, look, these are the reports that I don't know. It's looking like it's going to be a quiet summer. I mean, January, sorry. Let me just plug my MacBook on charge because it's on 4%. It's on 4%. And I was literally live with Liam the other day and it died. So let me plug it in. So yeah, that's plugged in. This guy, bruv. This guy. But yeah, Chad, let's see what other Liverpool news we have to go through because we are going to talk about the contract situation that Fabrizio Romano has put out. I've got a load of bookmarks. He also said this about Konate. There are talks ongoing between Liverpool and Konate over a new contract, but the defender has still not made a decision. Liverpool are waiting. I believe Liverpool have offered Konate the contract. I think Liverpool have, and hence why French sources, a lot of other sources coming from the UK, have stated that Konate's been offered a new deal, and I think Fabrizio Romano is basically confirming that because he literally stated a couple of weeks ago that Liverpool, hadn't offered him any new sort of deal yet, and now he's saying there are talks ongoing. And obviously, the defender's not made a decision, hence why you're not seeing any news about him signing the actual contract yet. So I think Liverpool have offered him a new deal. And I think I've got a feeling that will probably be the last deal that Liverpool offer him because we've offered him, I think, 3 or 4 deals now. And he's rejected them all. So if he rejects it again, I think ultimately he will depart from the football club on a free transfer. Unless Madrid came in with a little small offer in January, I think he will ultimately depart from Liverpool Football Club this summer. Mate, this isn't a show about throwing birds, funny enough. To your top of the league. CJ, he just ignore Wesley, bro. But he'll soon shut up. He will soon shut up. He always does. He always does eventually. I haven't conceded a single goal in the UCL, man. Yeah, you've not even won a single Champions League, so I don't want to even hear it from you, brother. Yeah, don't you be out here thinking yeah, you can give it the big one, because you can't. But no, look, Konate's still not made his decision on the situation. Again, Liverpool are waiting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. And again, that kind of just really ultimately proves my point. We've got a couple of more updates to go through coming from Fabrizio. That Liverpool keep believing Arne Slot is the right man for the job. Is the right man to fix the situation? Is the right man to help this team perform after many signings, after so many changes, after so many different things compared to last season? And so Liverpool maintain their confidence in the manager. And I think that's been very fruition. They backed the manager, they backed him in the transfer window, they backed him, ever since he's come to the football club. And I think Liverpool want to reward him with, the time to operate, the time to turn this around ultimately. And I think Arne Slot will turn it around. And I've stated that, ever since backing him from the very start. And I'm hoping he will prove me to be correct and right. However, look, it's not good right now. Obviously, things can change very quickly in football. If Liverpool was to get to January, for example, and it looks like they're not even going to get European football, they're out of the top 8. It's like, I don't know, they're mid-table, with the form and the trajectory that they're on. They're not qualifying for the Champions League. They're out of the FA Cup in the 3rd round, whatever. I think there'll be a lot more understanding. I think there'll be a lot more of an occasion, a lot more of a talk, a lot more of a purpose to sack Arne. But until then, I don't think it's really necessary to for Liverpool to really be thinking about that. And I think, and I've stated that many times, I think Liverpool will give Slot the time. I'm not saying he's invincible at the football club, but you know, I think Liverpool will 100% certainly back him with time and patience. Hence, what Fabrizio Romano is stating there in the tweet. But no, look, we're gonna have to wait and see, aren't we? Some more updates coming from Fabrizio Romano that Liverpool have stated talks over new deal with Dominic Szoboszlai after exclusive story 2 weeks ago. Plan was clear: Szoboszlai and Gravenberch to discuss new contracts soon, as talk started with Hungarian. Club super happy, plus top performances. I think Dominic Szoboszlai, LSC wage bill. Let's have a look at Liverpool's wage bill in terms of how long is left on the deal of Szoboszlai. How long is left? So Dominic Szoboszlai has got 120 grand a week. He's got 3 years left. I like that from Liverpool, and I stated this and I said this to people. Why are people being concerned about the contract situation? I think Konate will be the last player that ever does get to a year left. I think you can very much see it with the likes of the Endos of this world. But if you're talking about big boy players of the club, I don't think you're going to see them get down to the final year left. You're literally talking to each other, brother. I'm really on your case because you kept on saying that Liverpool are back after the Madrid Villa games and lied to innocent fans, including my son. I'll be honest with you, mate. If you do have a son, that's what your son believes. I didn't say you have to believe. Hence why I stated in my video and in my live stream, it's my opinion. It's not a fact. It's not something, you guys should believe. If that's what you want to believe, that's what you want to believe. If you want to think Liverpool are back, Liverpool are back. Those sort of topics and questions, they're opinion based. They're not factual. It's like, for example, Alexander Isak is a Liverpool player. It's not, my opinion. It's factual. There's a difference between an opinion and factual. And the opinion is, I think, Liverpool at the time. I didn't even say we're fully back. I said if Liverpool beat Manchester City, I think there'd be more of a case. But on Dominic Szoboszlai is on 120 grand a week. I think he'll probably get given 180. I can't see him earning top because, is he going to earn more than Wirtz, Ekitike? I mean, Gakpo's on 250 though. Gakpo is on 250. The fact that Gakpo's on 250k a week, means he could get a massive contract. To be fair, why are Arsenal so mighty? I don't know, mate. You're gonna have to tell me, mate. But no, look, this is another story coming from Fabrizio. I mean, look, in my opinion, Szoboszlai is our best player so far this season. He has been our best player so far this season, and I like this from Liverpool. The fact that they're upping their stance on the contract situation, because Konate will be the last player that goes down to about a year left. In terms of proper value and importance to the team, Konate will be the last player to run down his contract. I will stream in 40 minutes. You know what, Touch? I'll give you a redirect then when you're live in 40 minutes. But yeah, the club obviously are going to be super happy. And yet, Ravi, we have the most Premier League titles. Oh, for God's sake, not this chat again, bruv. But no, not only that, he did also mention Ryan Gravenberch. How much is Gravenberch on? Gravenberch is on 150. I'm surprised Liverpool gave him 150. How much was he on at Bayern Munich? How much was he on at Bayern Munich? Europe. Why is it not coming up? Right, Germany. Bundesliga. Club. Bayern Munich. Let's have a look at Bayern Munich's wage bill. Right, what was Gravenberch on? So it would have been what, 22, 23? So we gave Gravenberch 150 when he joined the club. He was on. Oh my god. Gravenberch was on 170. How much is that in pounds? 170 in pounds. So he was on about the same. He took a 5k. So he's on about a 5k decrease. My question is, why has United struggled to win the league since 2023? You'd have to ask Touchline that, mate. Man, yesterday Catch wanted to redirect 300 plus viewers your way and you bottled it. That man, after I alerted you. I have no idea what you guys are on about. I don't even know who Catch is. Catch called me and told me I wasn't even planning on going live. I didn't stream yesterday. Yeah, I have no idea what you guys are literally on about. Why United so massive? I mean, you're the second biggest club in England, so fair play to you, my brother. So Gravenberch and Szoboszlai on what, 120k, 150k. I think we'll give Szoboszlai 200, Gravenberch 200, and I think that's a fair value. I think that's fair value. I mean, you look at the players that's going to be leaving the club. In the next 2 years, there's going to be wages that are going to be freed up in that department. So I'm not too worried about our wage bill, massively decreasing. So, and plus we're winning trophies, so reward our players. We know how Liverpool work. If you're winning trophies at the club, we will give you contracts. We will give you pay rises, and it's the right mentality and mindset to ultimately have. Why United so much? Why United so much better than Liverpool? Why are you such a fucking tool? Like, why are you such a tool? Where's your accountability for not winning a title in 20 years? Where's your accountability for not winning a League Cup in over 30 years? Where's your accountability for not winning a European Cup? Where's your accountability of not winning the big trophies on the big stage? I think you're an elite level club, but I've always said this. You're not in the big boys like that. I'm talking the top of the top clubs, because you haven't won a Champions League. You haven't won a Champions League, and you never will. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm falling asleep watching the stream. Well, that's up to you, bro. Chill out, League Gunner. What, because for saying they haven't won a Champions League? Funny enough, mate, a lot of people do say Arsenal haven't won a Champions League. I will be honest with you. That Anfield is Everton Stadium, bro. You didn't even know that until I told you that, my guy. You didn't even know Liverpool and United are rivals. Bro didn't even know his own club. Bro didn't even know Liverpool were United rivals. But then what Touchline will say is, he'll be like, I didn't see any Liverpool kits. Liverpool were crap. When they say, well, that's not the point. You learn your history of your club, no? Just like there's teams that my team is lesser rivals with. Obviously, we have the Evertons, the Uniteds of this world, who are our main rivals. You know? Yes, I did. Why are you lying again, bro? Oh my god, bro! You literally admitted it the other day on the stream. You literally admitted it the other day on the stream. You literally said when you was growing up, you didn't know Liverpool and Man United were rivals. United fans rattled like a snake. I've seen Touchline more rattled backstage than I have him on stream, to be fair. This man streams with his thumbs up his bum, and after smoking... Well, funny enough, my hand's here, mate, so I'm with my hands here. I know more about Man United than you know about Liverpool. But if you want to do that, bro, we'll do a stream on it, innit? We'll do a stream on it. Why do you chat when you're below United? When Touchline wants to take a rich... Why are you thinking about another... Send the link, man. You know what, how about I send you the link and you join? How about you join the stream for once? Instead of being a fucking pussy, hiding behind a screen, why didn't you join the stream for once? Oh, here we go. We're going to come in with all the comments again. No, man, how about Wesley? You join the stream. Wesley, join the stream. Join the stream instead of just chatting behind a screen. You're like a 30, like I said, you're 30-year-old. You even admitted you got a kid. Go and be a dad, man. Go and take him to the park. Take kids on some cool memories, man. Whatever you do, just don't take him to the Emirates. And I make him dinner for them. So this, oh god, what are you having? Smiley faces, yeah? Some like 20 pence soup. So what are you having, bro? No, don't. I'm going to eat before a stream. I wasn't on about you, bro. I was on about Wesley. Touchline saying he's a big United fan, but acts like he was about when the class of '92 made the news. Yeah. No. To be honest with Touchline, I've not actually seen him mention the class of '92. Touchline only speaks about football from, I would say, 2000 and... No, I would say from about 1999, that's when Touchline talks about football. He just talks about, oh, no one cares about the 70s and the 80s. I said to Touchline, have you ever dominated a straight decade? Because, people talk about the late 90s up until about, let's say, 2010. United didn't even really dominate that decade, or that 10-year period, because Arsenal won invincible. Arsenal won doubles. Chelsea went, conceded 15 games, considered 15 goals in a season. They all win in doubles. Liverpool were winning the Champions League. So listen, when was the last time Man United actually dominated a decade? Like, I'm talking 10 years where it was Man U. My club have actually dominated a decade where you can say it was literally Liverpool. When people think of the 70s, the 80s, they think of Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? When people think of the 90s, they think of Arsenal. People think of the early 2000s, they think of Chelsea and Arsenal because of Invincibles, because of the Chelsea record. Do you know what I mean? Man United have not actually... Do you get what I'm saying? Fish fingers, yeah, man. It's baked potatoes, steaks dipped in sauce, salad and cheesecake for dessert, with actual good delicious in Norway, mate. I didn't say you didn't, mate. Why do you chat to man? Bro, you're chatting to a man right now, bro. You're literally... Yeah, man. How about go fight someone your own age, innit? I was on about when the class of '92... with my brother and dad on TV. Bro, I couldn't give a crap about your son, no offense, mate. He's your son, brother. Man, I got United fans waiting to scrap the O2 car park. Yeah, half of these men, again, in the comments wouldn't say nothing. Wesley's not even from England. Fuck knows where this guy's from. I mean, his profile pic literally says it. Just an absolute tit. So, yeah. Man United fans scrap outside the car park. Big up touchline with the Happy Meal go on, son. I'm not rattled, bro. I just think it's, you know what? I feel so more for the people that come into your chat to rattle, because it does make me think, like, what do you guys actually do outside of your time? Like, I don't know what you do, mate. You're probably sat in flipping Croydon or whatever, thinking you're fucking rock when you're not rock. You got Wesley, who's from Norway, just chatting shit, claiming benefits. Although I thought he was from the UK, so he can't be claiming from the government. But we all know he's claiming in Norway. You know, while his son is fat arse all day. Man, read the chat. I'm literally reading it, you fucking sped. Fucking hell, mate. You talk about me. What am I studying at uni, mate? I'm on my second degree at uni, bro. How many degrees have you got? Have you even got a GCSE? Oh wait, no, you probably failed it, innit? But my brother couldn't even pass a GCSE. Do you know what? I actually think it's embarrassing, if you can't pass your GCSEs. I do. If you can't get a GCSE, give up. Genuinely give up. Give up. Right. Oh my god. Oh man. Can't believe, bruv, we're having to give money to people like these. I've always said it, man. Scrap benefits, bruv. I feel sorry for the people that actually physically can't work. The people that are, I don't know, if you're actually, like, I don't know, completely disabled, something like that. I feel for you in that aspect. The people that just genuinely don't want to go to work? This brother can, because he's in YouTube chats all day. Like this, I see this guy in Touchlines. I see him in Zia's. I see him in mine. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, bro, get yourself a fucking job, mate. Get yourself a job, innit? Oh, it's not my strong suit. Well, that's on you, innit? Try harder, though, innit? Try harder if it's not your strong suit. I'm gonna be one that's laughing, mate, when I got 2 degrees on my CV in 6 months' time, going into the job industry I want to. Do you get what I'm saying? Well, you're gonna be sat on your sofa watching EastEnders, bruv. Hold that, mate. Yo, bless up to Views for the raid. My brother Views. Hope you're well, my guy. Hope you're well, my guy, man. Hope you're well. Big up to all the viewers that are joining the stream. To all the raiders that I've just seen that notification come through. So bless up to everyone, man. Yeah, make sure. Let me you know what? Let me get Views' YouTube channel in the We need to do a stream soon, my bro. We need to definitely do a stream soon. Hope you're well there. Hope all the family and is all well. I hope all of them are well. Yeah, guys, make sure you go and drop a subscription on my boy Views. Hope you well, bro. Yeah, bless up to all the Raiders, man. Big up. Yeah. Big up, bro. Yeah, bless up to you, my guy. Do you think Arsenal are going to win the league, bro? Do you think Arsenal will win the title this time, or do you think somehow my team can come back, or do you think Manchester City win it? I think it depends on your next 3 games. I think if you guys drop points in your next 3, I've just got a feeling Man City are going to go on a massive run and just win the league. I've got a feeling about that. But yeah, we'll have to definitely link up soon, bro, and definitely do some content around Liverpool and Arsenal. I think everyone is still in it. City looking good. Yeah, City are looking good. Yeah, just message me, man. Yeah, I will do, bro. Yeah, I will do. I'll definitely give you a message. Yeah, I'll definitely give you a message. Yeah, we'll definitely do some content. I think everyone is still in it, though. You think Liverpool are still in it? Look, I've said this for a time. I think Liverpool are in the title race until it goes to 10 points. I think if it goes beyond 10 points, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? But it's definitely going to be an interesting race. Hopefully Spurs can do something, although I think Spurs have only won at the Emirates. I think in the Emirates, Premier League era once. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so that's definitely going to be interesting. Yeah, 19 likes, yo. Big up to AJ the Mod, man. Hope you're well, my guy. Yeah, if you are new to the stream chat, we're chatting about Liverpool. We're talking through all the latest regarding Liverpool Football Club. 6 games ago, it was all poor. A few games later, it all changed. It'll probably happen again. Hopefully, man. Hopefully, it'll happen. But right now, do I see my team winning the league? No. But I've said, in my opinion, I think if you guys go 10 points clear of us right now, I think you're 8th. I think you guys definitely go on to beat us in terms of table stance. And yeah, I think for you guys, you need to be minimum 5 points clear. I think with at least 6 or 7 games to go, because we've seen Arsenal. This, you know what this reminds me of? This 22-23, I think, where you guys went clear early on, and then obviously you capitulated. I think there's a couple of things that have changed. Is, you know, you got your defense, of course, like you guys aren't even conceding shots, let alone goals. Also, I know you conceded 2 against Sunderland, but you know, take away that game in perspective, you guys have been brilliant. So it depends on how long you can withstand and keep that pressure up. It's definitely going to be interesting, though. The only thing is, if we can keep in touch the distance with you, I will back us to beat you guys in the title race just due to the experience in our team, same with Manchester City. So, yeah, I hope you're well. Yeah, I hope you're well, my guy. In my opinion, the race goes all 3 as a way of Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City. So you think Arsenal will go on to win it, bro? Question, thoughts on 2 or 3 midfield for Liverpool? Liverpool need definitely a midfield 3, mate, because, listen, the more midfielders, the better, because otherwise we're just going to get pressed through like we always are. Yeah, big old Rafa, yeah, he's always in there. Blessing up the chat. Bless up the chat as always. But chat, I wanted to end off the video on a couple of clips. So obviously we spoke about Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, rightly so. New contracts, that's good to see. But what I wanted to react to was a clip of Talk Sport. Talking on Liverpool. I think it was Simon Jordan saying, was it Simon Jordan saying he doesn't think it's a crisis? Or was it Troy Deeney? I can't remember who it was on TalkSport that said it. I think I might have put in my watch later clips. Oh, there it is. So this brother, Jeremy Pina, backs Liverpool in the Premier League title race. So he still thinks Liverpool will win the league. Let's take a listen.
20 minutes ago. But you decided to sneak in some Amazon Black Friday deals.
Yeah, bless us everyone, man. 20 likes it. Bless you all.
Gary, the Piccalilli.
God, I need to get YouTube Premium, man. Oh my God.
On Talk Sport.
Main pennant shortly. We will discuss what is going wrong for Arne Slot at Liverpool. But first, thanks to TalkSport, your
100%.
plans this coming weekend could be sorted because we're giving you the chance to win 2 tickets to the massive rematch between Chris Eubank Jr.
We will
and
be there.
Conor Ben live at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium this Saturday, 15th of November. You'll get a night in a 5-star London hotel and £5,000 in spending money to make it an unforgettable weekend. So get ready. Here's how to enter.
18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. By promotion.
Liverpool. I've got to say, Jermaine Pennant, a bit like you, I was absolutely gutted this weekend to see Manchester City beat Liverpool 3-0. It hurt.
It sounds like you was gutted as well.
Yeah, because I was hoping for the draw because I don't want either of you to win the Premier League. That means that Man City might actually win it. So it was devastating for me. I was hoping for a 0-0. But anyway, Liverpool fans maybe hurt a little bit more because it's over. You're not going to win the Premier League title this year.
That's a bit rich, you know? Do you really believe that?
100%. 100%.
They're 8 points, so not 18.
Doesn't matter. You're going to lose more than one more game.
And
between
so
you
what
and
were
the end of the
teams
season.
around us?
Only one team in the last decade has lost 6 Premier League games and still won the title. That was during the COVID-impacted season. It was Liverpool.
Wait, what?
100%.
That's a bit rich, you know? Do you really believe that?
100%. 100%.
They're 8 points, so not 18.
Doesn't matter. You're going to lose more than one more game.
And
between
so
you
what
and
were
the end of the
teams
season.
around us?
Only one team in the last decade has lost 6 Premier League games and still won the title.
Really? I mean, so basically Liverpool can only really lose maybe max 2 games. I don't think it will be. I think, again, it's going to be like last season. I think 85, 86, 87 points will win you the league. Right now, yes, Arsenal could very much excel and beat that. But I think with them being in the Carabao Cup, starting to pick up a couple more injuries, the Champions League, I think it will eventually derail them in their pursuit to finish on a high points tally.
That was during the COVID-impacted season. It was Liverpool. We know what happened after you'd won it as well. You know, difficult times for everyone at that time. But obviously, once you'd sealed the title, you had a few poor results. But ultimately, you can't lose 6 games and win the title. You've already lost 5. So you got to be virtually perfect from here on out. Looking at the way you're playing at the moment, that's not going to happen. So it's over. Sorry to break the news. It is over. You're 8th in the Premier League. You've lost 7 of your last 8 games in all competitions. You got bigger problems, mate, than worrying about the title. The title. You got to focus on getting in the Champions League next year.
I'm not focusing on the title. I'm just saying 8 points is not, you know,
Are you good enough to win the league?
A massive thing.
You're good enough to win. You're not good enough.
8 points away. You're not
good enough.
Not going to win the league.
You're not good enough to win the league. That's the reality.
If
You're
you
not
go on performances, no.
No, exactly.
But
Yeah.
8 points is nothing. We've seen how quick we was 10 points clear of Arsenal at one stage. Now they're 8. So 8 points is nothing. We still got to go to Emirates. Arsenal still got to go to Etihad. Teams will take points off all these teams now.
And I tell you who teams are going to take points off. Liverpool. Because you're rubbish at the moment. You're not good enough at the moment. You're certainly not good enough to get anywhere near the Premier League title. So let's just focus on what is going wrong with Liverpool and how to fix it. If you are going to overturn an 8-point deficit on Arsenal, how are you going to do it?
Look, in all fairness, last season when Klopp went and we got an unknown manager in Arnie Slot, last season this was the kind of start I was expecting. Is just to battle our way into the top four, and then winning the league was absolute bonus. And he's seeing that, and I think
For God's sakes. I am lagging like mad. We've just got a massive lag spike.
where Liverpool are hurting right now is the
For God's sake, what is this lag spike? Tie race is not over. Let me read some comments, see if it will fix itself, because I don't really know what's kind of happening. I can't wait for the boxing this weekend. Why would you time me out? Because, again, you were so straight in the chat. I warned you. Bring back, I swear down, I'm out. Well, that's up to you, bro. Just, I gave you a warning. If you're going to be a tit in my chat and just be rude, yeah.
loss of
I'm all answered. Do you get what I'm saying?
players. Just go show how good they were for us. Trent going, we've lost the relationship and the cohesion with him and Salah. So we've seen Salah kind of falter on that. The work rate that we used to get from Luis Diaz, his input, we've hugely missed that.
Been saying that all
Darwin
season.
Núñez, yes, we was all umming about him. Is he good enough? But the chaos and the charging and the pressing that you bring, lifting players was huge. The loss of Diego Jota, which has hurt every single member in that club, in that team, in that city. So there's a lot of things to look at as to say why. And then we've got a lot of new players coming in who were still trying to find their way at a team like Liverpool, at a team in the Premier League, how fast and how physical it is and the difference it is playing in other leagues. And they still haven't gelled yet. And on the back of that, our key players are not performing at the minute. And another one is a huge miss is Alisson. He
I
is
agree.
just as big as a player Salah. He is the guy that, without Salah and Lassie, if we miss on a
I
longer
do think we are missing Alisson, but to be fair, I think Mavarashvili's actually been decent.
periods, he's one-on-ones. He's, his passing, his ability on
We
the
haven't really conceded many one-on-ones, though. We conceded one against Brentford, but we haven't really conceded like any out-and-out bang one-on-one.
ball, is kicking. Everything about him is fantastic. And we'll talk about Virgil, but having a keeper like Alisson as well
1 second,
gives
Cam,
your
I'm gonna go
defense so
toilet.
much
I'll leave it playing for you.
ability and confidence. Him rushing off his line. We haven't got that right now. So those balls, those counter attacks, he's out there to stop them. He's like a third defender at times.
You're telling me all the reasons why Liverpool aren't playing well.
Yeah.
But I asked you how they're going to solve it.
Well, it's a matter of time. Like, they've got a lot of players who've got world-class players, a lot of ability in that team. So once people come to fitness, once people get in the groove, it will click. It's just that they're waiting for that moment just to click. It's too good of a team to falter. It's not a crisis. No, Sheffield Wednesday's a crisis.
Yeah, I understand. There's different levels of
we're 8
crises.
points, off. We win a game. We're in the top 4. It's not a crisis. It's just at the moment. It's just times are difficult to get a good run and to keep the clean sheets. Once things start clicking, once players start getting the confidence, once the morale gets lifted, Liverpool. I'm not worried.
One player not confident at the moment is Florian Wirtz. Big money, huge money signing. His boss at Germany, Julian Nagelsmann's been speaking about him. He says, we all need to support him a little bit so that he can clear his head here. And then maybe Liverpool could also help him out by scoring some of the chances he creates. That would be one idea, because he does create a few chances. It's just that somehow...
The thing is, some of his chances have been meh. He has created a lot of chances. That's why I said he should be on minimum 10 assists for Liverpool, probably more. That you can't blame him. The assists that he puts on the player, especially the one in particular, the Chelsea one where Salah should have scored. Times like that, I think Florian Wirtz has been, it's not really his fault. What's winding me up with Florian Wirtz is, how is he meant to get momentum and get confidence if you don't play him? You play him, take him out, bench for 2 games, and then play him back-to-back. Where's the consistency?
They do not shoot the ball in from those chances. That is part of the truth. Let's hear from our European football expert, Kev Hatchard. He was on H&J earlier and gave his thoughts on Wirtz's form.
He is setting people up, and chances they'd normally put away, they're hitting the post or they're putting them wide. There was a brilliant spin at Chelsea where he kind of flicked the ball with a kind of ballet pirouette into Salah's path, and Salah just hammered the ball into the side netting. So, look, with 2 or 3 of those looking different and becoming assists instead of nothing, then the situation looks a little bit different. Has he been as good as he can be?
No,
Nowhere near.
Your thoughts, Jermaine, on Florian Wirtz's start at Liverpool?
Again, it's not the start that we all dreamt of and all thought was going to get from Leverkusen. But, Kevin's right in what he's saying there. And also, we've got to take into consideration, he could be easily having the same amount of goals as Victor Gyökeres if Mo Salah squared the ball on 3 occasions, if a few players
I
pulled
agree.
it back to him on a
I agree. And this is what, right, I'm glad these points are being mentioned. I think a lot of our results would genuinely be different if our players used IQ and tenacity in the final box, when to pass and when to shoot. These are the things you can't blame the manager for. You can't blame the manager for Salah not passing to Florian Wirtz when he's open against Frankfurt, when he's open against the teams of like Brentford, etc., when he's open against Manchester United. These moments, you can't blame him. And if we can actually fix up on these issues, a couple of more results will actually probably go our way. We'll probably pick up a couple of more wins, a couple of more points in the Premier League, do slightly better in other competitions. Yes, I'm not saying he's not, it's not all on slot, but I've said this in the crisis shows. For me, it's 50-50. I don't get how people are not really calling out the players as much as opposed to on a slot. And I'm glad these points are being mentioned because it should get attraction that, our players are actually performing awfully and shit. You can't blame Arne Slot for players not having IQ and not passing and shooting when needed to be. Because they showed it last season.
4 occasions. He could be easily Liverpool's top goal scorer. It's just at the moment, there's no cohesion there. Once we, like we've known over late. But again, it's just taking time. Big players sometimes don't just come into a league and just light it up. It takes time to gel with your team, your surroundings. Look at Trent.
Who banned Wesley? Did someone ban him, by the way? I can tell you don't have friends, so I'll give you what would it look like if he's doing well content? Thank you. Fond. Man, why are you waffling? Just accept Liverpool are crap. Well, it's my job and duty to talk about why Liverpool are crap if I get asked. No ban, just a timeout for being rude. Okay.
In Spain, and he's finding it difficult.
To be fair,
you know,
Ravi,
this happens to players
in
when
that
they
time,
go
he
to
didn't
another
really do
culture,
anything
another
wrong,
country,
but
another style of football. It takes time to warm in. Kylian Mbappe in his first probably 6 months or how many months, you know, there was and ahhing about him. He was getting booed, but now look at him. It takes time. It's not easy just to walk into a team, especially a big team like Liverpool, the Premier League, the toughest league in the world, and all of a sudden just, you know, make it happen.
Let me ask you a question about missing pre-season. Have you ever missed pre-season? You've been waiting to sign for a new club. You've not been training with a club. How long did it take you to get back to full fitness?
Fitness is different because fitness you can get fit within, I say, three weeks. You can get.
See, the thing is with Alexander Isak is I don't really think it's about fitness because I think he's shown that he's clearly fit at times and he's shown that he's clearly not fit because when you go from not playing football in May all the way to what? Middle of September, that's what? 4.5 months? About 4 months he's not played football. So obviously he didn't do anything for Newcastle and obviously he didn't do anything for Liverpool because he wasn't signed by then. So I think for Isak it's more managing his fitness as opposed to him actually getting fit. Because I actually think he's shown he's clearly fit at times. It's just that we don't want to constantly play him because we want him to build up that match fitness of slowly playing it because he will pick up injuries just like he picked one up a couple of weeks ago. And that's on obviously the management and the fitness team, which I'm sure they'll watch and improve on. But after this international break, the pressure's on Isak a little bit, in my opinion. And I'm someone who likes Isak. I'm an Isak fan. He was my dream striker for so many years. You know, I wanted him when Newcastle, wanted him when we signed Darwin Núñez that year. So for me, there is a lot of pressure on Isak after the international break because he has to start playing games. We can't be using these excuses. Oh, no, we can play him and then not play him. So it's like, when are we going to play him? You know, because we're going to be playing every 3 days, all the into the end of the season now. We've kind of missed that boat to where we're playing maybe once a week. We're playing every 3 days now in the Premier League. We're playing every 3 days in competitions, whether that's FA Cup, Champions League, Premier League, whatever. You know, it's like that throughout the whole of December, and it's like that throughout all through to the back end of the season. So there is a bit of pressure on Isak now to be playing games and to be somewhat performing because, you know, we're getting into the most important parts of the season where it ultimately does define whether you're going to have a good, successful season or not. So I'm hoping he will start to have games after the international break.
Fit, but match fitness is a total different thing. You can't replicate that in pre-season training. You can't replicate that in a training ground. You have to be playing competitive football week in, week out to get that fitness.
So can you explain why Alexander Isak, British record transfer signing, wasn't fit enough to feature from the bench while his side were chasing the game?
Look, I reckon Slot saw that where the game was going. He probably in his mind, I'm thinking, I can't see a way back right now. We're just not at the races. Liverpool, that was probably, in my view, Liverpool's worst performance of the season. I've not seen him play like that for a very, very long time. And maybe the players, you know, what was waving the white flag, and I think maybe the manager too, and thought, you know, Isak's just come back from fitness. Is it clever to risk him?
You can't say that the manager was maybe waving the white flag. Like I said to you earlier, that defeat basically means you can't win the title. He's got to go and try and get something from it, even if he's 3 down. You can't wave the white flag. You're the Liverpool boss. You played for Liverpool. Did you ever wave the white flag in a game? Do you ever feel like you guys, even if you were 3-0 down and given up on trying to get a result?
It's a long season. It's a very, very long season. And the fact that, you know, he's just coming back from injury. He's not
You're making
conditioning.
excuses for him.
Is he going to?
I get it. You love Liverpool.
No,
you made a lot of excuses.
Is he going to throw him in to think? Well, you know, he's just come back, rush him into this game. What's the point? Let's just save him for after the international break.
Where do you think they'll finish?
Look, top four, 100%, 100%. They're going to be in the top four. Can they challenge for the title? I think they need to start, after the international break, picking up their form and getting their act together. Otherwise, yeah, top four it is.
Okay, that's a view of Liverpool former winger Jermaine Pennant. Up next, we're going to take a closer look at the news that Marco Silva's future at Fulham is now
Big up. Yeah, big up to everyone though. That's been a good stream. 1 second. But yeah, chat. We're gonna wrap it up here. Let me read some of your comments. We actually did any content this weekend. Yeah, I'm off to London this weekend, but I'm gonna do a quick stream before I go tomorrow morning. And then after that, I'm gonna prepare to go down to London. So, yeah, big up to Danny. Big up Danny, lad. Well, is Bastoni good? I rate Bastoni, but as Bastoni as a transfer for Liverpool, I personally don't think or see it will happen. I'll be quite shocked, just due to we know how Italians work. Do you know what I mean? So I would be shocked, mate. Be shocked. But yeah, bless up to the chat. Let me set up a redirect. Who shall we redirect to? Who's live? No one's live at the moment. No one's live at the moment. A lot of them say I'm up and coming, but don't say the times. Yeah, no one's live at the moment, so yeah, it looks like we won't be given a redirect. But yeah, bless up to everyone, man. Good stream. Spoke about some transfer stuff, some stuff that Fabrizio Romano stated and said about the club. We'll be back tomorrow morning before I head off to London for the boxing. But yeah, thank you all so much for a good stream, and I will see you all then. Take care.